Hi, I'm Sean Bougie. You can find me at SurplusFundsRiches.net. And this video is going to be about why you failed at overage recovery and how we can fix that. You can also go to that site, SurplusFundsRiches.net, and click on the products tab, put your name and email in. It'll drop you on the products page. And at the very bottom, there's an overview of exactly how we handle overage recovery, how we can partner with you, and all the different programs that we offer. So let's get into this. And I'm going to ask you guys to please take the time to watch this video in its entirety. There's a lot of great information in here. I'm going to walk you through the process and explain to you why, if you've tried before or if you're about to try, why you may very well fail. 30%, just so you know, 30% of the folks that call me with pre-purchase questions after they've read that overview, 30% started with someone else before coming on board with me. That's a big number, and that tells me that a lot of people are getting some incorrect information, or they're kind of being sold the sizzle. So it's not hard to do, guys, but the way we do it is far different than anyone else. We have 2 overage programs, and we will partner with you doing the vast majority of the heavy lifting. And we have the scripts, everything you need. So let's start with it. First of all, you have been told all you have to do is go get a list. That's not hard to do. Go get a list, call those people, make a deal with them, okay? Get a power of attorney to yourself from them, or get an assignment of those monies to yourself, and then go claim the money. Here's the problem with that. A lot of states don't allow you to do that. And the ones that do highly regulate how much you can make, to the point where you're making less doing it on your own than you could as a researcher for me. And I'll get into that in a minute. We have 2 different programs, 2 different partnership levels. And we're far cheaper than anybody else. But you've been told that. Well, there's a couple problems with that. First of all, the name on the list may not be the person that's entitled to the money for 2 reasons. First of all, especially in tax, and we teach you both tax and mortgage overages, but in the tax side, the tax departments don't often update their tax rolls. So when they foreclose, they may not actually have the right person's name down on the foreclosure, that the person that's actually entitled, the claimant, to the money. And for those of you that don't know, sorry, I'm turning this off. Those of you that do not know, overages are when someone forecloses on a property, an entity, mortgage company, tax department, whatever, and it sells for more money than what's owed against it. In that instance, the difference between what it sold for and what was owed is an overage. Now, you've been told that's due to the owner. That's not correct. That's due to the owner if there wasn't additional debt against the property or person at the time of the foreclosure. In tax sales, there's often not additional property, or rather debt against that property, okay? Because mortgage companies, well, in tax sales, mortgage companies have had people escrow their tax payments, so there's usually not a mortgage against the property if it went to tax sale, because the mortgage company would have foreclosed, and they would have kept those taxes current so they could protect their interest. The other part of that is they say, well, everything's kicked out. If there was any other debt against the property, it's kicked out. It's no longer attached to the property. That's true. And they say it's not entitled to the overage. And that's not true. It's still a debt. When people sign a mortgage or an equity line, or if they get code enforcement liens against them, credit card judgments against them, those survive the foreclosure. And those are still in a priority position in front of them. So first of all, you may have tried to make claims and people blew you off, didn't want to talk to you. Well, that's because they knew they couldn't claim it. Or they never even returned your call because they know there's something in front of that. You've got to research debt and ownership. It's not hard to do. You do it free online with the Register of Deeds or Land Records Department with the county. You do that for mortgage or tax overages. And at that point, if you have our National Surplus Funds Program, you can fill out our title worksheet with that information, provide supporting documentation like a copy of the deed, that type of thing. And we take it from there. We find the people, we put the deal together, we hire the mobile notary, and we always use an attorney, even in those areas that doesn't demand that we do that. And I'll come back to that as well. You guys are getting hung up on, you're getting told where to go. You're getting told that they don't believe you because you've got the wrong scripts. You don't know about the takeaway close, okay? You're not using an attorney And by the way, when we use an attorney, they sign a power of attorney to our attorney and a structured buyout. And what that does is I give the claimant 10% of the gross amount being held by the court within a week after they sign, usually a week or two. And I give them the rest of the money, whatever we agree to, when we successfully get the money out. As you can imagine, that makes us extremely competitive against anybody else because we're giving them money up front. They're more apt to believe us. Also, because we're using an attorney, they cannot go around us. Some of you guys have found that out. Also, with the attorney makes a claim for the funds in the claimant's name, gets the funds out, puts them in a trust account, distributes the money from there. It's very clean. It's completely legal. There's no way to get around it. And you've got a check coming to you. Those of you guys using assignments or powers of attorney, you found out that the counties are often now, what they're doing is saying, oh, you've got a power of attorney as an individual for this person. Fine, we're going to send you the check. It's still going to be in the claimant's name. And guess what? You can't cash that. That's a big deal. I get a call about that about once every 2 weeks. That's what a lot of people are running into. The other issue they're running into is trying to find the people you've been told you can use free sites to do that. Those are trash. You can't really get good skip tracing information. And these people are in the wind. They got foreclosed on. They're living with mom and dad in their basement in Ohio, okay, or Idaho, whatever. It's hard to find them unless you have a good system. What we do, and we'll do this for you if you use our National Surplus Funds program, we actually find the people, call them, mail them, put the deal together, use our skip tracing sources, multiple sources, and put it together, send the mobile notary, hire the attorney, and get it out. And with that one, we give you 8% of the gross amount being held by the court. It's not based on some fictitious net. It's 8% of the gross. That's a good deal. It's a great way to start. And that program also teaches you how to do it completely on your own. Exactly what we do. Scripts, everything's included. The second program is our Premier 16 program. In that one, we pay you 16% of our gross. That requires, obviously, it's a higher commission. It's more money. That one requires you get in touch with the people as well. Find them, get in touch with them, and just make sure they're willing to speak with us and you've got the right person. We still negotiate and do the rest of it, but because you're funneling that further for us, we give you 16% of the gross. Guess what? That's a lot more than you can make on your own. And we're doing the majority of the heavy lifting on that. We provide what you get is an ebook that is a step-by-step overview and summary. No fluff, about 50 pages long for each program, any program you get. You get that. That takes you right through step-by-step, then it has a link with a password to the resources page. The resources page has additional video training. I know somebody out there saying I don't provide video. I do. A lot of video training on there as well. And the independent subcontractor agreement that protects both of us. You also have access to our accepted files list. So the first thing you do, let me take you straight through this thing step by step. You go get a list. We tell you how to do it. Do that. It's not hard. You don't have to work your local area either. Work wherever. It's online from home. You get your list. First thing you do is you take the names off that list. You go to our resources page and you open up our accepted files list and search it by those names to make sure it hasn't been turned in. We do not even have close to a saturation issue at all, but this is a way for us to be transparent and upfront and to avoid any kind of misunderstandings. Okay? You're also going to sign up your independent contractor agreement on that site. You also have a lot of different resources on there, including training, not just the videos, but you have support. It's an online ticket-based email system with Jeff, my right-hand man. He gets back within 1 business day. Plus, we invite you to live question and answer webinars twice a month. Now, you've been told where to go. You've been told off. People aren't returning your calls. We use a takeaway close, both in writing and in calling. That eliminates that. We're using an attorney. That creates an incredible amount of credibility. We're doing everything that you haven't been doing, okay? Of course, again, always, always, always hire an attorney. We always use an attorney. Guys, if you have any other questions, please go to SurplusFundsRiches.net. Go there. Scroll down, click the products link and get into the products page. At the bottom is an overview, step by step in writing of what I've just gone over with you. Finally, guys, after that, if you still have any questions, you're welcome to call me directly. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time, or Eastern Daylight Time, whatever it is, at 704-791-9398. On the SurplusFundsRiches.net site, you can also click the Facebook link and get more recent, updated photos of checks we've had, deals we've put together. Also on this YouTube channel, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow it, whatever you need to do with that. And you'll get updates whenever we have a new video coming out. Guys, I really appreciate you taking the time to look at this. I hope this has answered some questions and possibly helped you avoid believing things that aren't quite true. Thanks. Have a great day.